Welcome, Tasharri, to this conversation. We are so excited to share you with our community. And for those of you that are watching, we have the wonderful Tasharri, who is a certified master herbalist, as well as a wellness coach, a holistic wellness coach, and wellness advocate. And she is also a tea lover. And so, speaking of you being a tea lover, as we just kind of reflect back on your journey, didn't it start with tea?
It did.
Okay, go
It
ahead.
started
Tell
with
us a little bit more.
it started with my grandma, actually. So her she's a tea lady. She used to just give me tea from when I was a child. Only knew about tea from her. She's the only person I seen drinking tea, enjoying tea. I mean, she used to drink coffee here and there, but she was the only person, the first person to offer me tea. And
And more.
I just never stopped drinking tea. Um, let's see. Maybe like in high school is when I became a heavy tea drinker, like always drinking tea. Any type of tea, actually, I was open to. And then the holistic stuff came in a little later. The herbal teas and understanding that it can be used for medicine and alternative. I was drinking it just for the enjoyment because I just like tea. It's so relaxing. You just feel this drink is something warm. It smells good. I don't know. You just forget about all your problems with a cup of tea. That's how I
Yeah.
feel. Like
I agree.
it just solves everything. It helps you to calm down. And at the time when I was drinking it, I probably didn't understand the effects of the type of tea I was drinking. That was helping with those feelings and those emotions and the calmness and just feeling good and everything is melting away. But I enjoy drinking tea. I was always the one drinking tea, even in the summertime. Hot tea, not iced tea. Hot tea
Hot
year
tea.
round.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just love it. But it started with my grandma. I don't think she realized that's where it started for me at
Oh, I
all.
love
Wow.
I
that.
actually have that. Yeah, so that's how I started drinking tea. And then, you get older, you start running into health issues and all of that stuff. Then I fell down a rabbit hole.
That was going to bring up the next question that I had is what was a pivot for you? Because you started off where you were drinking for just pure enjoyment. And then there was something that happened where you started to kind of shift and then you kind of started to just dig into learning about the properties of tea, the herbs and things of that nature. Can you tell us a little bit more about what that was for you? What happened that put you on this path?
I went to a doctor's appointment and she's told me I was borderline diabetic. Only thing I heard was diabetic. I didn't hear borderline. I just heard diabetic. And then I
Mm.
heard you're this close, like 1 point close to having to take medication for it. And I remember leaving the hospital. I remember leaving the doctor's appointment feeling like, I don't know. I felt like they just gave me an end date. It just felt like the end of the world. Like, what? I'm gonna be a diabetic, and like, what the heck do all that mean? Like, I knew what it was to be a diabetic, but not to actually have to carry it or assign to that. Like, that's what I have, and I'm going to be taking medication for the rest of my life. So it was funny. It's actually funny because I went in the car and I had an orange soda in the car. And I picked up my orange soda and I drunk some of it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm probably that 1 point over. I'm going to have to get medication tomorrow. It just, from there, I just was turned off. I didn't want anything sweet. I didn't want any sugar. And then I fell down a rabbit hole. I started looking into diabetes and the things that causes diabetes and how to maintain it, how to get rid of it. And then I ran into Dr. Sebi.
Mm.
And I fell down that rabbit hole and I just never came out. I learned so much more than I was expected to learn and it made me change my eating. When I realized at first I thought it was just all about the sugar, and I'm like, no, it's a lot more than just the sugar. It's just the stuff you're eating, period. If you keep eating like this is going to lead to all these different things. I really was not, I trusted the food that we ate and I just ate. I didn't think about how it was going to affect me in the long run. It just wasn't something I thought about back then. And yeah, I just fell on a rabbit hole. I fell into Dr. Sebi. Before the herbs came in, the whole change. I had to stop eating stuff. I went, I guess you could say vegan. I didn't want to eat nothing. I was like skinny, like bony skinny. Everybody like, is that wrong with you? And I'm just like, I was scared to eat because once I started learning
Yeah.
about the food, like, oh my goodness, it's like a war on our health. This food we eating is horrible. So once I did vegan for a little while, but then I really started learning how to eat better. So I went from vegan to pescatarian. Now I'm neither. I do eat meat. I don't eat everything, but I do eat meat. But I learned how, like, where you should buy your meat from, what you should be looking for. And the herbs was just like, that was the bonus. The main thing was really the food, because the herbs, I try to get people to understand, it don't work without the lifestyle change, without the food, what you're eating. So that was like the main thing for me. And then I just got into the mixing of the teas and learning about them and drinking them. And here I am. I never came out the rabbit hole. Actually, I keep getting deeper and deeper.
So obviously it was very transformational for you just in your life, your health. So what was a moment that occurred that made you want to take what you were doing for yourself and help other people with it?
It was many reasons. So I got into the herbs. I would share it on like social media, talk about I'm drinking this tea for this. I'll share with my family or my friends, like, drink this. This worked for this. If you come to my house, I'm offering you tea. You got what's wrong with you? Oh, drink this. And I always did that. When COVID happened, I was full-time hairstylist.
Okay.
And it just was one of those things like, oh, if you don't go to work, you don't make any money. Now someone's telling you you can't go to work. You can't make money. And I was like, well, I'm already doing the teas. Let me start just seeing what I can do. And I went to school during COVID, got the certification, and I started the business during COVID. I was like handwriting my labels and putting them in tea bags in a mason jar and dropping them off to people's house and selling them that way, driving my friends and family crazy. Try this tea. Tell me what happens. Do this. And everyone was my test dummies. And when I was getting the results and the feedback, I was like, okay, this is it. This is it right here. And I stayed there. Even though we went back to do hair, I was doing both. But it was just that moment of someone telling you, you may not be able to take care of your family the way you need to because you can't go to work. And I just felt like I needed something more financially too, as far as just doing hair. I need something else that even if, okay, you shut down again, you can't stop me from selling these teas versus
Right.
shutting down a hair salon and telling me I can't go to work. So that was the wake up call on the financial part, and then really putting it to work. Let me have these 10 people try these teas and tell me how it makes them feel. I was doing all types of work studies on my family and friends. And yeah, I fell in love with that. I fell in love with the results and the feedback. And there you go.
That must feel so rewarding.
It is. Even to this
Yeah,
day, when someone tell me something worked, it's like so exciting. Like, yes, like I knew it. I seen it. I'm just happy now they can see it. So now they have a different option for themselves. So it is very rewarding. Feels good.
Tashari. Now, I know you are super passionate about your herbs, and you do not take sourcing lightly. Can you share with us what are some of the things that you go through when you're looking to work with a grower or someone that's supplying you with the herbs and, the teas and all those things?
Oh, the research. Like, who is this person? Who started it? Why did they start it? Where are they growing it at? Who are they serving? All those things matter to me. Also, learning from other herbalists was my main thing. A lot of them would share their resources. And even though they're sharing resources, I would still do my own research. So if I can't make it there to see it myself, then I didn't mind ordering it, testing it out, see how I like how they pack. It's everything. Their packaging, how it comes. Do they sift it well? Is it a whole bunch of sticks and other products? Because you can order things and have other things in it other than the herbs. But really just studying the person who is selling it, like their story. How did they get into this? Why are they into it? And definitely where are they growing at is very important. Are they spraying? Because I don't mind. I know a lot of people go after organic, but I don't mind wild crafted. That's still kosher. It's still very kosher. Sun could be in your backyard, but they spray and stuff. But you're growing it yourself and it's growing wild in your yard and it's good, then I'm open to wild crafted as well. But when it comes to wild crafted, like I have a supplier in Jamaica, I know how passionate he is, which I'll be going there this year to actually go and see and pick a lot of these herbs myself. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, this is a lot of research and studying. The why is really important to me as well, because a lot of people do things just for a hustle. It's important that they care about what they're doing and that they've used these things, that they have a testimony as well and why they got into it. That normally drives it for me. Like, okay, because you being on, I did the borderline diabetes. That was no longer an issue when I went back. It was other things I ran into and I basically healed myself. So hearing that from other people who are selling herbs as well and sourcing them, amazing. Because you're not just selling something because it's going to make you money. You actually love this and you know that it works for a fact. So it just takes a lot of research and getting to know that grower and that company.
So for the podcast, Ami and I will always talk about entrepreneurship in different ways, different aspects of it, but also always talking about wellness, kind of weaving that in as well. So, of course, we did an herbal detox recently with you, but how do you see herbal teas and just I don't know, is it wrong to say herbal medicine, but herbal teas incorporating into the lives of entrepreneurs? How do you see it incorporated, or do you see it incorporated in entrepreneurs' lives?
Actually, I do. Like Omni, for instance, and you. I actually do. Actually see more people getting interested into herbalism, whether
Mm,
they're using it for themselves or they're using it for themselves and they want to supply it. They want to add it to their brand.
I
So
see.
I had a friend of mine who has a business. She's an entrepreneur, and she talked to me about bread and tea. I was like excited, like, oh my, you want to make your own tea? You want to make your own tea. You want to brand it? That's amazing. So I do see it. I do see it more now than I did when I first started. It wasn't really a thing. It was just like just the people who was in this circle of holistic health. That's it. But now I'm talking to, and I have entrepreneurs who shop in my store and they're getting into it, and they're getting into it as far as their own personal health, but how can they put this with the business that they're doing now to offer to their customers? I am seeing more of that, and that's actually exciting as well. We're getting older. We get tired of these body aches and stuff.
Right.
You gotta start thinking different. People actually, more people are caring about taking care of themselves now. Because when I first got started, it was like it wasn't that many people. At least I wasn't surrounded by that many people like I am now. So I find it to be pretty interesting.
Kind of like what you were saying, just being more aware of the food you're eating. I think people, you're right, are just more aware of what they're eating, what their work-life alignment looks like. And so they're finding the ways to incorporate it in all aspects, just to be able to say, okay, I'm doing this thing, I'm working, I have a business, but I'm also finding ways to just find my calm. So I love hearing that it's happening in both ways, both in businesses, leveraging herbalism, but also people using it in their personal lives.
Yes, because I mean, you don't want the business to outrun your body. Your business still
True.
going and you gone
True.
because you want to take care of
True.
yourself. So it makes sense. Like business. I mean, just running the business alone can be very stressful.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
And to
True.
me, I find comfort in taking care of myself using herbs and different herbal medicine to help with that stress, to help me be able to focus and think clearer because it can be a lot. It can be a lot. So I actually like seeing that more because some people don't deal with stress. They just say, oh, it's business. But then they're dying younger because it's just business. You have to deal with the stress. So I actually like seeing that more because I'm like, yeah, you want to outlive your business, not your business outlive you.
Absolutely. So true.
Where do you see this wellness industry going in the next 10 years, 10, 15 years?
Far. It's already increasing in so many different ways. I mean, you have younger people. I'm 42. I don't know about you guys. Y'all probably younger than me, but I'm 42.
Oh, thank
And
you.
That's like, yes.
and I have customers that are 18 and 19 that are coming here looking for stuff and want to learn more about healing themselves, or just not even that, making their own skincare products. Getting, like now with the internet, it's so many more ways to find out what's bad for you. So
Mm,
you rolling up to a certain coffee place and you're buying coffee every day, and then you can go on the internet and there's lawsuits because that coffee, you're at risk. You see more and more of those commercials nowadays,
mm.
and more people are unfortunately passing. So it kind of put a fear in people, but you have those people where they let that fear drive them to want to do better. So I don't see it declining. I only see it just being, how many years you said from now? 10?
10, 15?
Whew. Yeah, I think the whole world would be healthy by then. So that would be beautiful, right? But that
It would.
more of us would be like that. Um, which is why you have more people leaving the US because it's not like that in other countries. They're looking for that. So it's increasing now as we speak. So I see it
Yes.
being a really big deal. And everyone that comes after me. Yeah. a lot more resources and tools for them to use would be there as well.
Do you have any projects that you're working on that has not yet been revealed to the public that we can gain early access to? Anything you're working on for
Yes,
your your business? You
I
know,
have
we're trying to get the we're trying to get the tea.
You're funny. I do have a few things. I have more programs coming. Like I have the parasite detox. I am working on one for men's health and women's health.
Oh, nice.
Those would be the next two programs I'll roll out. The third one will probably be the weight loss, which is a major, everyone wants the weight loss. But weight loss is not that bad. Once you get the eating and stuff, the weight loss is going to come. It's not that hard. It's more of a mindset thing. When it comes to the weight loss, I'm also working on growing my own food. I am starting that as well. I will be purchasing chickens next month and raising
Nice.
chickens as well. So I am getting into homesteading. I am learning about land. I want to have my own land and become the resource, like how I buy all these herbs from these other sources that grow. I want to become the grower and have that to give to people, not just for my family and for myself, but for others. The food industry is pretty scary. It's kind of scary right now. So to me, it's just like that. You can just grow this stuff and you can have that to give. Yeah, I have the herbs, I have the knowledge, but food, like your own, like really clean, organic, safe food that you can eat instead of being so worried when you're going to the stores, because it's kind of hard to find. Everything is bioengineered. Everything is made in the lab now. So that's what I'm working on. I am going towards farming. Will this store be up and going back? It probably won't. Everyone's asking, are you going to keep the store? It probably won't. I just want to grow everything myself and more so off the grid living. So yeah, my goal is to become a farmer. That's the goal. No one's seen that for me, but I would much rather be on a farm with a few chickens and a few animals, but really not too many animals, not too many animals, but definitely chickens and bees. I'm learning beekeeping this summer as well.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah,
This is
so
awesome.
yeah, I'm excited. It was social media. I follow farmers and they look like me and they're younger than me and they're doing it. And I'm just like, wait, why do I was just getting put to it. I don't know. I started studying chickens last month. I know everything about chickens. It's crazy. And I just was like, I just keep hearing self-sustainability. Like I
Yeah.
make my own toothpaste, I make my mouthwash. I want to start sharing those things with people too. Things are getting expensive. It's gonna be hard running out to the store buying everything, but you have stuff right in your house that you can use. And I think people need to learn more about that because I can't stand seeing the fear that comes across people. It's a
Mm.
storm coming, they running out and doing all these things, or when they didn't have baby formula and all the moms was like going crazy. I was just like, really? It's herbs you can drink to get that milk back flowing, and you can learn how to make almond milk. It's just I don't want anyone ever feeling like they are unable to take care of their family because someone else said so. Like,
Yeah.
and that's how, our great parents survived Great Depression, everything else. It was, they had the local resources. They was growing themselves. They was bartering. And I want to get back to that. Like, I wish I had that now.
I love that. So, as you're talking about
Yeah.
your passions and your interests and things like that, if you could give one word of advice to someone who has at least one passion, and they want to turn that into a business, what advice would you give them? Like one good piece of advice, something that you either would tell yourself if you could go back in time, or something right now you tell someone who's making that transition from passion to business.
Oh, gosh. It's going to sound so cliche. It's going to sound so cliche, but it's just do it. Do it. Like, I've done so many businesses and I have failed. Right? Because it was more so like I knew I wanted to work for myself. I knew I would have been an entrepreneur, but then I found my passion. You're going to go through some different things because it's there in you. You want to work for yourself. You want to do something. But when you really discover your purpose and your passion, go for it. You can't be wrong when it's your passion. It
Mm.
it can't be wrong. You may stumble. It may be some hard times, but you're not going to be failed because it's your purpose. It's your passion. You're supposed to be doing it. So you just have to like get out your way and just do it. You know, I struggle here and there with things, but for the most part, I never been scared to start something nor fail, because it just was like, okay, I'm gonna get back up and try it again. And then when I found this, I was like, okay, here we go. This is it right here. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. Because you feel, like you said, it feels rewarding. And the money for the first time, like the money just not is not a major thing. It's like I'm passionate about this. This is more so about what's working and people finding happiness. They feeling better. They, you know, they have more energy and they trust something. So if it's your passion, you're supposed to be doing it. I say just do it. So I hope, I mean, it sounds cliche, but it's really, that's it.
No, but
This,
I agree with you. You just have to to do it. Instead of
yeah.
overthinking, and I speak as someone who is over analytical, sometimes you just have to go ahead and do it. Especially like you said, if it is your passion, just know that it is for you and just go. Just go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to learn from your mistakes. There's going to be cringe moments, but you move on. Like, people forget about it. I mean, know she had to coach me like a few times. People forget about it and they won't even think about it. You're thinking about it more
Oh,
than
I
they
love
are.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just do it. Nike, unfortunately. Real cliche, but just do it.
As you are launching new programs and you have, I can see behind you, of course, the teas and the herbs and things, where can someone purchase tea blends or your next programs as they come out?
I do have a website. It's funny. I don't really send people to our website. I just be like, reach out to me directly. Call me, shoot me a message. But I do have a website. You can contact me through there. It's the number 100 naturallyblessed.com. And then I also have my programs on there, which it's a tab for digital products. That's set on a different website, but you can get there through my main website. I'm really personable, so people can call me, text me. I give my customers my number, like, hey, you forgot how to make that tea, just call me. You forgot what it's for, call me. So yeah, that's the one of the ways that they can reach me.
So Tasharri, thank you so much for your time. I'm happy that we had a chance to chat with you, learn a little bit more about you, herbalism, your passion, and I look forward to trying another blend or detox soon. But thank you for your time.
Yes, thank you for having me. I enjoyed it. I want to do it again.
Yeah,
Okay.
see, this was
All right.
amazing.
Maybe
This
part
was so
2.
awesome. Thank you for
It
just
really
sharing.
was.
Yes,
I
part
was,
2. I think we need to have part 2. That has to be a
yeah.
thing.
I can
Oh,
get real deep. We can do a part 2.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Y'all hear that?
Right.
Love it. Love it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you,
you
Amelie. I
so
thank
very
you guys
much.
for thinking about me. And
Absolutely.
this
Absolutely.
was amazing. You know, this was one of those things. Just do it. I had to tell myself just do it because I was nervous, but I really enjoyed this.